All right, as we get started today, turn your textbooks, if you would, to page 93. Page 93 in your textbooks. And we're going to start by working the first 13 problems in that homework section. So some review over scientific notation in there as part of it. But page 93 in the homework section, we're going to begin by doing 1 through 13 for classwork. Take a few minutes to work on these, and then we'll go over those together. I want to make sure we keep some of this review information current in our minds. We do have exams coming up here in just a couple more weeks. So, actually, just a little more than a week, I guess. So, yes, ma'am.
I'm confused about number 5.
Number 5?
Yeah, so I was looking back and I don't know which section is it. But you have to put on this one, you have to put.
That's what we just did yesterday and the day before.
You can't do this one, so you have to go this one. Like in the few next one. And then like this one, you can move it over to this plus the other one.
Hayden's finished. Take about 1 more minute to get as far as you can. All right, go put your pencils down, even if you're not finished with the classwork, and let's see what we've got for answer. Number 1, when converting from kilograms to milligrams, which way does the decimal move? Glenn? To the right. How many places, anyone?
6.
6, to go from kilo all the way to milli. So you got to go from king all the way to milk. Number 2, converting 4 tablespoons to teaspoons just into teaspoons. Evie?
14 teaspoons.
14 teaspoons. Take those 4 tablespoons, multiply by 3 to get 12 teaspoons, plus the 2 you already had, gives you the 14. How many conversion factors are needed to convert from days to seconds? They didn't ask for the actual conversion, but how many different fractions or ratios would you have to multiply it by? Aubrey? 3, right? So we'd, to get rid of the days, we'd put 24 hours over the day, right? And then we'd have to put, to get rid of the hours, 60 minutes over the hour. And then to get rid of the minutes, we'd have to put the 60 seconds over the minute. And that would get us from days to seconds. Number 4, is that thing written in correct scientific notation? Why or why not? Lexi?
Yes, because there's only 1 digit before the decimal.
Good, yes, because there's only 1 digit before the decimal. Number 5, expressing that first number using scientific notation. Danielle?
2.669 times 10 to the first.
Good, 2.6689 times 10 to the first. And then what about part B, Michael?
1.2 times 10 to the negative third.
Good, 1.2 times 10 to the negative third. Remember, those numbers that are less than 1 have to have negative exponents. Number 6, letter A. What would that number be in just written as a regular number or in standard form, as the book says? Hayden?
0.0547.
0.0547. What about letter B, Glenn? 1,110 is correct. How many got all of those correct in that first section? Any questions on the first section? All right. Number 17, 16 quarts. How many pecks, Evie? 2. You're dividing by 8. Number 8, 640 cups. How many gallons? Need to use dimensional analysis here. Hayden? 40, right? So you're going to multiply to get rid of the cups by, what is that, one pint over 2 cups, and then multiply by a gallon over 2, or a quart over 2 pints, then a gallon over 4 quarts, and you end up getting 640 across the top, 16 across the bottom to get the 40 gallons. Number 9, just moving the decimal from the hecto, the Henry, to the unit. Remember, for the liters, to get what, Aubrey, on number 9?
1.4.
1.4, very good. Number 10, initially when you add those together, Lexi, what do you get?
11 cups and 9 fluid ounces.
11 cups, 9 fluid ounces, but how many fluid ounces does it take to make a cup? 8. So we're going to steal 8 of those fluid ounces, tack that on for an additional cup to get a final answer of
12 cups and 1 fluid ounce.
12 cups, 1 fluid ounce. Number 11, dividing by 8, what do we get, Danielle? Well, let's just kind of take it in order. I haven't gotten there yet. The 8 goes into 56 times. That gives us 6 pounds. But that leaves us how many leftover pounds?
40. 2.
2. And so we take those 2 pounds, convert them to how many ounces? 32. Plus the 8 ounces we already had, divided by 8 gives us 5 ounces. So 6 pounds, 5 ounces, our answer. Number 12, 16 gallons, 2 quarts times 20. Initially gives us what, Michael?
320 gallons and 40 quarts.
But how many quarts does it take to make a gallon?
4.
4. And I've got 40 quarts. How many sets of 4 is that?
10.
10, evenly, right? No leftover quarts. So we get 10 more gallons to get a final answer of
330 gallons.
330 gallons, no leftover quarts. Number 13, on the last one, we can't subtract 50 minutes from 20 minutes. So Hayden, we've got to
From the 50.
to make it, how many hours in the top now?
49.
49, and take that 1 hour, convert it into
Minutes.
which is
60 minutes.
60 minutes plus the 20 we already had.
80 minutes.
Now we can subtract and get a final answer of
43 hours and 30 minutes.
43 hours, 30 minutes. Somebody got all of those answers that you got correct, all the ones you did correct. Maybe didn't finish all of them. All right, are there questions on any of these that maybe we got to, or even a question on one we did not get to, that you did not get to? Danielle?
12.
Number 12, do you see it worked out? All right, so we got 16 gallons, 2 quarts, multiplied by 20. 20 times 2 is 40. And then the 20 again, I kind of hang the 0 for a minute. 2 times 16 is 32, and then put the 0 back on, right? And but again, it only takes 4 quarts to make a gallon, so we've got 10 of them. That converts evenly into 10 gallons, no leftovers. That's where we get the 330 gallons. Does that make sense now?
Yeah, I had something wrong in like my brain or something when I was thinking.
All right, good. Any other questions? Any other questions on these? Drop down to number 19 real quick. Go ahead and read this for us if you would, Michael.
During a 4-person relay race, the team's average time for each run was 1 minute 20 seconds. What was the total time for the team?
All right, so if each person is taking a minute 20 seconds, and there's how many people running class?
4.
4. By the way, how many watched the Olympics this past summertime? And anyone watch the relays? You know, they hand the baton off to each other. And yeah, so basically everybody gets to run. All right, so anyway, that's actually kind of slow. A minute 20. Now, anyway, all right, so what was the total time for the team? What would we need to do to figure this out, Michael?
Multiply 1 minute 20 seconds times 4.
Good, at your seats, go ahead and do that, and then convert your answer over. And Michael's already got it?
5 minutes?
Not evenly, no. Hayden?
5 minutes, 20 seconds.
Good, should have gotten 4 minutes, 80 seconds. We're going to steal 60 of those seconds away to make a 5th minute, but we still have 20 seconds left over. So 5 minutes, 20 seconds would be the answer there for number 19. How many also got that? How many also got that? All right, any questions on 19? And let's go to number 20. Lexi, read that for us.
If the height of a redwood tree is 126 yards, what is its height in inches?
And this is pretty straightforward on the conversion. What do we need to do, Lexi?
Multiply 126 by 36.
Good, because there's 36 inches in the yard at your seats. Call it when you got it.
I was at 4,536 inches.
Good, 4,536 inches, what we get when we multiply. Any questions on those word problems? Any questions there? All right, turn back to page 84 now, if you would. Please, let's take a look at your homework from last night. Page 84, let's take a look at the homework. You did 22 to 45 there at the top of the page. Good, bueno. Yes. Good. All right, let's take a look at these together. Number 22, what is that number written in standard form? Start with Evie. 121,000. Number 23, Glenn.
0.0406.
Well, 0.0406. Good. Number 24, Aubrey.
4,000.
4,000. Number 25, Lexi.
2,144,000.
Good and perfectly read. 2,144,000. Number 26, Danielle.
0.00004
Good.
zeros.
Yeah, good. 4 zeros in there. 0.0000042. Number 27, Michael.
307.98.
And I normally would have just written that as a normal number, not use scientific notation on something like that. But that is correct. 307.98. 28, Hayden.
6,500.
6,900. Number 29, Evie.
0.8003.
Good. 0.8003. Number 30, Aubrey.
0.00509.
Good. 0.00509. Number 31, Lexi.
71,000.5.
71,000.5. And number 32, Glenn. 310,000. And number 33, Michael.
0.00060.
Good, 0.0006. You don't even have to include the 0 at the end, though it's not wrong to, but 3 zeros, then the 6, with or without the trailing 0 at the end. Anyone go 12 for 12 on those? You got them all? All right, any questions on those? Any questions? Taking a number out of scientific notation, writing it back into standard form. All right, let's go back to then on numbers 34 through 36, putting the number back into scientific notation. Hayden, number 34.
4.78 times 10 to the 5th.
Good, 4.78 times 10 to the 5th. How about number 35, Danielle?
5.59 times 10 to the negative 7.
You're right on the 5.59. I do want to put the decimal between the two fives, so there's only one digit before the decimal, but I'm counting over 6 places. Yeah, 5.59 times 10 to the negative 6 should have been our answer there. And then what about number 36, Glenn? 2.5 times 10 to the negative 4th is correct. And then we go 3 for 3 on those. Good to go on that. All right, some metric conversions here on 37 and 38. 96.5 hectometers. How many kilometers, Lexi?
9.65.
Good, you're just going from the Henry to the King, so just moving over one place, 9.65. What about number 38, Michael?
82,400.
Going for all the way from the deca, which is the first D, it's the dyed, all the way to the milk, right? All the way to the milli, so moving 4 places there. 82,400 is correct. Number 39, dividing by 60. We're going from smaller seconds to larger minutes. What do we get, Hayden?
8 minutes, 8.5 minutes.
8.5 minutes or 8.5 minutes is correct. Number 42, years. How many days would we get there, Evie? 730 multiplied by the 365. Again, unless one of those years happens to be a leap year, but we're going to assume that's not the case unless it says so. Number 41, needed to use dimensional analysis. A week is how many seconds? So we need to go from weeks to days, then from days to hours, hours to minutes, minutes to seconds. So several things needed here. Volunteer for the answer on 401, and it's an awful lot of seconds. Danielle?
I had 604,800.
Great job, 604,800. How many got that answer on 41? Good, several of you did. All right. Number 42, multiplying by the 7 here. And Aubrey, what did you get on 42?
80 bushels and 2 pecks.
Good, initially 77 bushels, 14 pecks, but again, every set of 4 pecks is another bushel. Final answer, 80 bushels, 2 pecks, great job. Number 43, subtracting those compound measures, or that mixed measure rather. Michael?
8 pounds, 12 ounces.
Good job on the borrowing, good job on the subtracting, 8 pounds, 12 ounces. Number 44, dividing by 9 to get what, Hayden?
5 hours, 54 minutes.
Good, 5 hours, 54 minutes. And the number 45, all the composite numbers between 1 and 11. Lexi?
4, 6, 8, 9, 10.
Got them all. 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, all composite numbers. Anyone perfect on the bottom section of the homework? Good, several of you were. Anyone just missed one? Any questions on the one or ones we missed? Yes, ma'am.
Number 44.
Number 44, so we got the 53 hours.
It's probably a carrying error, but
6 minutes. Yeah, no, not a problem at all. So we're dividing this, I think it was by 9, correct? And so 9 goes into 53 5 times. Almost 6, right? If this were 54, it would go in 6 times, but it just missed. It's only 5 times, so that's 45 hours accounted for. We subtract to get 8 hours, and we need to convert that into minutes. How many minutes per hour?
60.
And if you multiply by 6 with a trailing 0, you get 480, and then we're going to add the 6 on there to make it a 486, okay, minutes, and that now gets divided by 9. 9 goes into 48.
No, I got 4.
9 goes into 48.
5.
5 times, because that's 45. 3 left over though, right? And bring down the 6, 9 goes into 36. 4 times, and that's where we got the 5 hours, 54 minutes. That makes sense now?
4 instead.
Gotcha, okay, good. Any other questions on the homework? Any other questions there? All right, you can go ahead and just, how about some paper real quick? You can close your books for now. We'll get right back to it. Just a few review problems for you here. A few quick review problems. On your papers, I want you to convert 36,000 milligrams into decagrams and 6.89 kiloliters into centiliters. At your seats, a couple of conversions for you to practice there. So books closed, just having your paper out. Evie's finished, Evan's finished, Jaden's finished, Hayden's finished. Lexi's looking at me funny. I can see. I have this weird vision. I can see. Good, Rocky's finished. Hurry up, don't look at me. Hurry up and finish. Kyla's finished. Aubrey's finished. Glenn is finished. Michael's finished. Waiting on Danielle and Lexi. Anytime I work with metric conversions, class, I like to remember this fake news historical event. What is it, class?
King Henry died unexpectedly drinking chocolate milk.
King Henry died unexpectedly drinking chocolate milk. We do want to remember that this D is Deci, which is a plain old D. This D is Deca, which is going to get the extra A with it. So this is this one here. But we start where we are given the unit. We're given the milligram, so I start, class, under the M. I'm going to boink, 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 boink all the way to the deca. That's 4 places. Start the decimal here, and when I move 4 places over, class, I get 3.6 decagrams. How many got that answer? On the next one, I'm going to start under the K and go all the way down to the C, which is 5 places. The first 2 places are already taken care of with the 8 and 9, but that leaves 3 more spots to fill in with zeros to get 689,000 centiliters. Somebody got that answer for the second. Questions on this? Write this down if you would. 345,000 and 0.00015. I want you to write these 2 numbers in scientific notation. Write these 2 numbers in scientific notation. Good Hayden, Glenn. Good Evie. Good Michael. Good Lexi. You beat all my YouTubers. Okay, they all just finished. I just like picking on it. There we go, Danielle. All right, on this first one, 345,000. The key, class, is to move the decimal. Where is the decimal in the first number, Aubrey? Aubrey? At the end, very good. And we're always going to move the decimal so that there are exactly, or is exactly, 1 number before. So we're going to move it where, Evie? After the 3, right in between the 3 and the 4. So my number, instead of being 345,000 point, becomes 3.45. I'm going to drop all the extra zeros. We're going to say times 10 to the some power. What power? The 5th power. How many had the first one? Correct. On the next one, where does the decimal end up, Glenn? Between the 1 and 5, so my number becomes... Good, and since we moved backwards, a number smaller than 1, it means that negative exponent. 1.5 times 10 to the negative 4th. How many had that answer? Look at this next one. Supposing we had 4.5 times 10 to the 4th and 2.35 times 10 to the negative 2nd. At your seats, I want you to write those numbers in standard form. Write those numbers in standard form. Danielle, Glenn, Michael, Hayden, you, Lexi, and Lexi on the first one. What did you write?
45,000.
45,000 moves the decimal back 4 places, and we also got 45,000. And for the next one, what did you get for your answer here, Danielle? 0.0235, moving it 2 places the other direction to get a number that is smaller than 1. How many got this answer here? Are there any questions on scientific notation? Do we feel like we've got it? Or do we feel like I'm not quite sure I've got it? How many say, I've got this? Man, you could give me a quiz right now, I'd make 100. How many say, I'm actually really terrified of the prospect of a quiz? But you said you get 100. You shouldn't be terrified. Clear your desk, except for it. Clean sheet of paper and a pencil, everything else away. Clean sheet of paper and a pencil, everything else away. If you're watching on YouTube, go ahead and clear your work area as well. You don't necessarily need the paper, though, just a pencil. Good. Take one of the sheets right now. Okay. Everything else away. We will take quiz 8. Quiz 8. Then we get your quiz. Put the first and last name in the name spot. Today's date in the date spot. First and last name in the name spot. Today's date in the date spot. Pass. Well, you can't reach that far back, can you? There's a high average. I'll give you one too. First and last name and today's date. Today is 9/29/21. 9/29/21. Today's date. Top section, practicing more with the metric units, converting from one to the other. And then at the bottom, two sections, going from standard to scientific notation and then scientific notation back to standard.